Good evening, esteemed guests, and, surprise! This is wolfman2000, also known as Danstad, and I am your backup runner. So, those of you that know me know that I am a commentator, speedrun, randomizer advocate. Let me turn that game volume down a bit, I am sorry. And so, I actually had this as a backup. And so, I'm going to attempt to use this to show that anyone can be a Super Nintendo superstar. I will do what I can, I'm going to make mistakes, I am going to have safeties, but anyone can speedrun, and hopefully I can show that with a game like this, we can pull this off together. With that in mind, folks, this isn't a rando, so my normal intro is going to be different. Let order reign in 3, 2, 1, go! And now we start with 1-1. Hopefully, audio... Whoop! Sorry, I had to pay attention to a separate message there. That was bad. Alright. Get the jitters out of the way. Get the jitters out of the way. That's the first time that ever happened on any of my runs, so... let's just get the humor out. Humor is out. We are good. Get your mushroom, get your leaf, and then prepare to take off. That was not taking off. Come on, Mario, work with me. Thank you. We are not going for the bonus room. That's a little slow. Instead, we just go straight for the card. And there we go. Alright, 1-2, that's a little bit better. I just saw the replay there. Okay, so again, we make mistakes here. Speedrunning is, it's a wonderful activity. You're going to make mistakes, you just have to roll with it. Nothing wrong with having a little bit of safety in here. Just don't be afraid to push on, like that. So this is the warps category, which means we need to get some warp whistles. And 1-3 has one of our two. Safety leaf in that block right there, just push it to the side. But we do not need that right now. There, I get to keep the Koopa this time, hopefully. I didn't hold it right, dang it. Oh well, just an extra jump, not a big deal. Give me a moment, I'm doing a quick mic adjustment, I saw that. Now, I'm going for safety here. There is nothing wrong with going for safeties for your first initial run. In this case, we got the worst safety, but we are doing what we can. World 1, Fortress, I like this strategy. Wait for the rotodisc, get the tail, jump, and fly! And I somehow dropped an input. This is why you fly the other way! And there you go, 2 whistles. So if you use the whistle in World 1, you get sent to the Warp Zone. Use it again, and you get sent to World 8. And now, the real part of the run begins. So, I normally commentate some of the weekly races for Mario Bros. 3 Rando at Silly Cannon, and I get thrown off so much by the auto-scrollers. In Mario 3 Rando, there are only 2 auto-scrollers, and I have to go through all of them at this point. And as such, my game is being thrown off. Now, fun fact, I did get a personal best of 14 minutes 30 prior to this. Whatever, we're just gonna use the safety now. Again, we all make mistakes. We just go with it. Relax, relax. Things happen. Don't feel too bad if your first runs don't go well, or your third, or your 10th, or even your 100th. Technically, this speed run is only a few days old. You just sometimes have to be patient. Nothing wrong with going through this. But we are doing what we can. And again, sometimes to be a superstar, it takes a little bit of time. But you can do it. I know you can. Even if sometimes this stage is a little on the crazy side. Know where your backups are. That super leaf can come in handy, especially with the Air Force. However, we have to get through the Army first, and then the Navy. Wow, that rocky wrench actually threw high. I wasn't expecting that. The rocky wrenches like to throw their wrenches at varying heights. But I've never seen them throw directly at you. There's always a little bit of elevation. Okay, how did that cannon hit me? Sometimes the game just doesn't want to work with you. We just accept it. Move on. There's always the ability to clip and view things later. Alright, I'm gonna show that getting this power-up is dangerous. You can't even get it half the time. Don't bother with it. If you like your safety, sometimes you have to know when to forego safeties, and that power-up box is one of them. Now, if you do want to take this extra safe or extra silly, you could go inside, I have no clue what that substance is below the ship here. Is it sand? Is it water? Is it chocolate mousse? I don't know. Oh yeah, one annoying thing I don't like about the Navy stage. You notice the color of the rocky wrenches? They are red. In the Army stage, they were also red, but these rocky wrenches like to keep on respawning. It's like, why do you do that? In the NES game, there was a different color. It was yellow for the respawning ones. Here, it's like these rocky wrenches just chose to camouflage themselves to try to trick Mario here. Sometimes I don't get it. Also, don't go to the end of the screen here. You will get surprised but bombed. Boom boom is easy. 1, 2, 3, boom boom. The lock opens and we can move on. Alright, everyone hates this upcoming part, and this is the hand bridge. Okay, most runners like to skip this stage. I'm going to show it once to show why we skip it. But again, don't feel too bad. Things happen. Plus, I had to use my safety Toad House item earlier. I want a backup. Backups are fine. Nothing wrong with backups. Know where they are. Know how to grab them. In this case, they are all super leaves. Okay, one hand should be good as long as we do not mess up the Air Force. Air Force is one of the harder stages in this run. The screen scrolls at roughly double speed, and you have no power-ups on this journey. And it doesn't help that there's lightning striking all over. I commend the Super Nintendo for having all these effects, but sometimes I wonder if they're detrimental to the gameplay. Still, we make do with what we've got. One thing you'll notice is that I'm holding the run button a lot. With this game, this level in particular, running jumps are essential, but do be careful. Okay, hardest part right here. You do not have a lot of time. Woo! Alright, once you're there, you're in the clear. And then Boom Boom again. Watch out, he can fly if you let him go out of control, but we have kept him grounded. Alright, so I got that leaf. So in this case, getting the hand stage is not a problem. I'm going to show you more safety ways to play. Right here in 8-1. So start on the left, go to the right, turn around, go right again, and fly. I actually prefer this path because the other way is, kind of nasty for me, and I have done it before. But again, I'm going to show that safeties are fine. And you end up right near the end. Now, fun fact, as long as those bullet bill blasters do not show up fully, they don't... Oh, come on, the timing had to be right then and there. Alright, get your 5 up, or not, your choice. We should be good for lives. Alright. 8-2, again, if you are brave, go across the pits. If you are not, nothing wrong with the sand of slowness. And then you have a further choice. You want to power up more or not. I'm going to show again, you can power up if you wish. Left pipe is the power up pipe, right pipe is the coin pipe. But anyone can play however they wish. You can be your own superstars. Again, this is for safety. Anyone can speedrun. And it's a good thing I got that safety. That was the first time I got over the note block outside of practice, by the way. And now the Dark Door Maze. You want to be big through this first segment. There is a power-up box right here if you want it, and you're going to want it. Once you're through the door, it's mostly easy as long as you're careful about the conveyor belts. This is a scary part of the run, but it's okay. Just take your time, go through here. And then, hit the P-switch, run, coin, coin, jump, coin, and you're mostly through. I do not feel comfortable about going a second time. That's where your backup P-switch is. This door has power-ups. Up to a fire flower. Keep that fire flower as long as you can. Conveyor belts don't move while the P-switch is active, so just give it a bit. Now, Boom Boom takes 5 fireballs to kill or 3 stomps. Don't be afraid to just jump on him for extra stunning, and that conveyor belt is always tricky. Don't worry if you can't get the Boom Boom orb at the end immediately. Don't take the lock path, you want the main path right here. And now the final level here, before Bowser Koopa's castle. This is known as Super Tanks. You want to actually stay to the right on this one. And don't be afraid to keep jumping. Well, don't jump there. And now you have to be careful. This part you get to rest a little bit, especially if you have fire flowers. So don't be afraid to let loose, get your anger out on how evil these stages have been, and just let loose. Letting loose is sometimes the best thing you can do here. You do not want to be too tense heading to the final level. Fortunately, we are through the worst of it. And we actually get to possibly keep our fire flower as well, which is not something that happens all the time here. As you may have noticed, there are no power-ups in this stage. How did I avoid that? Alright, one more battle with Boom Boom, and honestly, I do not care. Bye-bye. as such, we are now ready for Bowser Koopa's castle. I do not have any more safeties. We are going for it. Start. If you're big, jump in the All-Stars version. It is hard to run under those lasers. You do not want to do so. Again, don't be afraid to take your time going up the rotodisc staircase. Nothing wrong with that. And I'm going to show you a clip that almost everyone can do. Duck, jump, hold right, there you go. Don't hug the wall. You do not want to fall in the lava. There are two paths to Bowser Koopa. Most runners go for this top path right here. Watch out for surprise laser, and then be careful. This first fireball, if you rush it, you will get hit. But after that, you can just go for this normally. And then, you are right here at Bowser Koopa. 30 fireballs will do, but sometimes it's not a good position to start like this. Don't be afraid to let Bowser slam the ground in order to cause extra problems. Note when the head falls back. And how did I avoid that? Oh, come on, Bowser. Did you have to hit me while you were falling down? Whatever. And that, my esteemed guests, is how you, too, can beat Mario Bros. 3 for the All-Stars version. Okay, so the reason I put 25 minutes is because I am still rusty at this. But I will take a 15-18 on this. But honestly, don't stress too much about big estimates here. Don't stress about small estimates. We all have to start somewhere. The important thing is that you do so. Find a game you like. We've had plenty throughout the Super Nintendo Super Stars. And there are plenty more out there. Maybe from this marathon, maybe without. The important thing, go for it yourself. So hopefully, this has been a good demonstration on how anyone can be a Super Nintendo Superstar. This is not a personal best. My personal best was 14:29. If I didn't have the silly death at 1-1, there you go. So again, I wish to thank everyone here, the runners that have done this, the commentators that have done this, the trackers, all of you at chat, Feasel for actually allowing me to show that anyone can do this. So, I think I've done more than enough. Just thank you all, SNES Super Stars team. And I am probably just going to watch from the comfort of my own home for the rest of this. Well, and the office on Monday, but we'll see. For now, this is wolfman2000, aka Dancedad, signing off. May all your stars be super, and keep on grooving. I do not know what the next game is, but it should be a good one. Take care!